Hello, everybody. Welcome back, lifers. This is your girl, Elia Tumivana. And yeah, man, we're back with episode 11. Crazy how season 1 is building up so fast. And it's going past so fast. Anyway, would like to take this moment to appreciate everyone who's come into the platform and, showed love and encouraged us coming to this point in time of our channel. Today we have a new guest, and I'm kidding. Mzukisi from the Eastern Cape. He is also an actor. He's a musician as well. You've seen him on new screens. If you're a theater person, he's also done theater. He's, you would find his music on a lot of streaming platforms. Anyway, let's just welcome Okutuetu. Mzu, welcome, man. Can you just, say hi to the lifers?
Greetings to all the listeners out there, and thank you very much for having me on your platform. I go by the name of Mzukisi Ntantiso. Stage name as a musician is DefF, which stands for Definitely Efficient.
Sweet, man. Just give us a brief background of who you are and it build up towards the choice of career that you are now partaking in.
A brief background about myself is I'm from the Eastern Cape, Mthatha specifically. And I moved after university. Started in Port Elizabeth studying something else, and then found my love for acting. So then I moved to Cape Town, and that's where I still am, in Cape Town. So I studied acting, and that's what I've been pursuing. Music was always a love that I always had, but not a thing I had really considered pursuing as a career, Or at least I just never considered being signed. I just loved the idea of just being able to do it and be able to share it with people. But I did find it important to then maximize that, and that, eventually turns it into a career, because then you try to reach as many people and you give them the right quality that they deserve, so that is it. And I'm still pursuing both. I don't know how many years it's been. If I count, I started working as an actor since 2006. And the music, I guess, has just always been with me, but I think I count the year 2009 as a professional year for Rumna, because I joined a crew called ETC Crew, based here in Cape Town. It was a 4-man crew before I joined it, but then it became 5 with me, so 2 rappers, 3 producers, but then they also had their own disciplines while they were all 3 producers. We had a beatboxer, we had a DJ, and we had a sound engineer who also took our photos and made the website, and recording studio was at his place and all of that. So yeah, that's my brief journey.
And we have spotted some common factors that you'd never compromise yourself, whether it's a character you play or the music that you make. The system now would then recognize that as a style that sets you apart from all the noise. We would like to know the reason behind the uncompromised formula that you would use to maneuver, the formula that doesn't need you to chip away from who you are.
The idea of compromise when it comes to doing your art is something that I've found very difficult. But with that being said, I don't think I am stubborn and do not want to change with the times. I think being aware of what's happening and how things are evolving is very important as an artist, because obviously you're speaking to the people, Right enough, you have an eye that kind of looks at things differently and sees in spaces that not everyone is always looking at. But yeah, truth is all I'm pursuing. And so I think I didn't have to think too hard about not compromising. I feel like I just talk about what I know, and I write about what I know. I write about what I think is important and what other people should hear about. Or, I'm concerned about real things. So sometimes it's not about giving answers. It's just about exploring and questioning things, because music is just supposed to make people feel like yeah, it's meant to make them resonate, and feel like they're not alone, and understand that there are other people who feel the same way that they're feeling, even though they don't know how to express it. Sometimes they just don't have the words, and then the artist, has the words that kind of, illuminate the message that the people are feeling. With acting as well, I mean, there's acting, and there's just being in a film for being pretty and being cute, and that was not really, it's not a thing I've ever cared for. I've always enjoyed, exploring characters, exploring deeper things about the human existence and the human condition, and showing people something else than just the normal. Then I am cute, and or I look cool, or I do whatever, So again, it's not something I had to think too hard about. It's just the things that interest me are usually a bit different from the general noise that you see on, on the commercial stage, that are really pushed on the commercial stage. And yeah, so I don't really know if I have a formula or a secret. I think it's just because I love what I do, and naturally then I just pursue the most truthful part of it.
Provoke the system, like to shape it better. I don't want to say I'm feeling messy today, but can we shake the table? If you were to state an ache or an irritation, the one thing about the South African industry in general, while stating that, please point out as well, but what is the good thing that makes us a better industry in South Africa or in the world?
The good and bad things about the South African industry. This is a very tricky topic, because naturally I'm supposed to be concerned by, the state of the industry. Even though I don't think of myself as an industry baby, my concerns are really always from the artist's perspective, where it's important to really create, That's really what I'm concerned about. But indeed, when we do create, we need that message to then flourish and go to all the places that it needs to get to. And I just think if there's anything I'd ask, maybe I don't have a criticism. Maybe I have something more constructive to say, which is art is very important for society as a whole. And the more importance we put, towards it, the more we put a spotlight towards it, the better it is for all humanity as a whole. And so I do think that if we just treat it with the respect that it deserves, fund it, support it, put it in the right places, make it very important at school, have more community programs that allow people to get involved in art. Those are all the things that are going to make our industry thrive. I do think that we've got an amazing film industry that is growing day by day. There's a union being started. We also need that because that eventually helps us all, and it's got its challenges and problems, but more importantly, I love that it is happening. SAGA is that particular South African Guild of Actors, and so hopefully in the near future we will have even more positive things to speak about. Right now it's a struggle, and I don't know, I just feel more positive than negative. And maybe that's just because I don't want to be traumatized. So yeah. Some of the biggest highlights of my career, I guess they vary, right? And they're all very different. So let's start with acting. I think I've enjoyed having the opportunity to play very different characters in a couple of different shows. It was awesome at some point to be in a film with Idris Elba, Long Walk to Freedom, which is a very small part of mine, playing Mandela's son, Tata Mandela, Ace. So yeah, that is one of the biggest ones I can think of right now. But also, I really enjoyed playing a crippled character on Ujab. It's just nice to explore something very different. The challenges, the learning, and all of that comes with it. That was really cool. So yeah, and I guess once again I'm gonna be this annoying artist guy. The highlight is always yet to come. It's on the horizon, it's coming, and I'm not sure what it's gonna be, but it'll be something new, something different from what you've seen before, something different than I've done before, and something real. Yeah. with the music, yeah, I guess, Ken Zero used to have this party called Party People. So you'd do it in Joburg on Friday and then Cape Town on Saturday, or vice versa. Cape Town Friday, Saturday, Joburg. And we were lucky enough to be part of that. He also brought some internationals, and he also did some local artists. So Reason, Tumi, Tabi, there were a couple of South African acts. And with the international acts, Kev Brown, Master Ace, Bahama Deer, DJ Roddy Rod. Yeah, I'm sure there are other people that I forgot. But then there was the reunion where he kind of mixed up, all the artists, local and international, in one gig. And so in Cape Town, we got to share the stage with some of those artists. So that forever goes down as a beautiful moment in my life. And there will be more. Yeah, it goes.